Okay, hey everybody, this is Attorney Tatyana, and I just want to walk through this Express Legal Audit. We have a test prospect here whose name is Heebie-Jeebie, and Heebie-Jeebie went through booking our Express Legal Audit, and now got the link to actually do the intake for Express Legal Audit. I'm going to walk through this and fill it with fictional information. So we have we're starting with about you and your business, and then there will be 5 other sections, and each section corresponds to basically the pillars here in our legal protection system. So I will just keep going through this. The name of your business, just if you have an LLC or not, just whatever your name of your business is. And if you're operating as a sole proprietor, you should just answer NA, select your role. How long have you been running the business? Under 1 year. What was your revenue last month? Just ballpark. We'll say between 10 to 20,000. What were your estimated expenses last month? We would say under $5,000. Do you plan to bring on co-founders, investors, or partners in the next 12 months? So just yes or no. Let's say no here, just for purposes of this sample here. Hit continue. And now you're taken to the next section, which is entity and ownership in our legal protection system. And you have some basic yes or no questions here. Have you formed a legal entity for your business? The answer is yes here, because we did say that there was a GB LLC. If you're a sole proprietor, you would say no. What is your entity type? You have choices here based on your state options, and these are very typical: limited liability company, corporation, partnership, or if it's something else, just because they're what we said GB is an LLC. In which state was it formed? I'll say Idaho. That is where I live now. Who did you designate as the registered agent? Every state, when you register your entity, will ask you for this, and these are kind of normal choices. A lot of people, especially early stage entrepreneurs, would just use myself at my home address, right? You use yourself at your home address. Maybe it's yourself at your business address, and maybe if you're a little more kind of sophisticated, advanced, it's a commercial registered agent. Do you have an operating agreement or bylaws? And for a lot of the founders in the early stage, it's pretty typical not to have one, so we'll say no. Have you obtained an EIN from the IRS? Say yes. And then, do you operate your business out of a separate business account? And yes, we do operate out of a separate business account. Next question has to do with compliance and data. So that is the next pillar here in our legal protection system. Do you collect customer or user data? We'll say yes. Do you have a privacy policy on your website or app? We'll say yes. And then, where did it come from? So was it a free template? Was it AI generated? Was it a purchase template or custom attorney drafted? I'll say we have it AI generated. Do you have term of service, also known as terms of use or terms and conditions, on your website or app? Say no. Do you use AI to generate or process customer data? Let's say yes. And then, do you disclose this in your terms, legal documents? So this would be your terms of service, because we have none. We said no. A consistent answer would be, well, no, we don't disclose. Do you engage in activities that might require legal consent or notice? I'd say, I'm not sure. Okay, now we're moving on to the next pillar here, revenue and monetization. What is your business model? And this is, you get to pick, or you can then write in your response. So you have options: client services, productized services, SaaS or an app, digital download, licensing, or other. I'll say, I don't know, contract templates. Do your clients or customers sign an agreement before paying you or using your product or service? I'll say yes, they do. Where did the agreement come from? And again, I use AI for it. I generated with AI, right? This is just a pretend scenario. Does the business accept credit card payments? Yes, we do. Is the business in compliance with PCI, payment card industry standards? I'm not sure. Does the business have a refund or a cancellation policy? No, we don't. Did your business have any payment disputes, chargebacks, or unpaid invoices in the last 6 months? Yes, we did. Does your business have a clear process to respond to these disputes? No. Okay. Then team and operations, that's the next pillar here. Do you have any workers, like employees and or contractors, helping you in your business? And if you say no here, that is basically it. But if you say yes, there are follow-up questions. Are you confident your independent contractors are correctly classified to avoid IRS or state penalties? I'd say, yeah, I'm pretty confident. Do you have written agreements for all of your workers? No, I don't. Not for all of them. Okay, so for team, that's it for team and operations. And then for intellectual property, this is a lengthier section because for an AI business, this is a big deal. Have you performed any searches to see if other businesses are using a name or a logo similar to yours for related services? And say, yeah, I've done some initial searching. Based on your searches, what did you find out? It looks a little crowded. I found a few websites with similar names, but they seem to be in different industries. Okay, next question. Which of the following brand assets are you actively using to identify your business, product, or services? Business name? Yeah, we have a business name. Product or service names? No, we didn't come up with that yet. Logo? Yeah, we have a logo. Tagline or slogan? No, we don't have that. Other key identifiers like a podcast name, a unique framework name. Yeah, we have some framework name. Next question. Have you filed for federal trademark registration with the USPTO for any of these brand assets? And yes, we have at least one. I'm considering it. I'll pick this. I'm considering it, but haven't started the process. Next question. Has your business created or commissioned any of the following original materials? Software, code, scripts, or AI models? Yes, we have. Website content, of course we have. Digital products, yes, we have. Marketing materials, yes, we have. Proprietary data sets, no, we'll say no to that, or won't check it. Next question. Do you have written agreements with everyone who creates these materials for your business, including co-founders, contractors, and VAs, and that these agreements clearly state that the company owns all the intellectual property they create? Choices are yes, some people do, but not everyone. And then last one is no, we rely on verbal agreements. I'll pick that, no. Next question. Have you formally registered the copyright for any of your most valuable creative works, like software or signature course with the US Copyright Office? No, I haven't. Next question. Who is the legal registrant of your primary domain name? And is the company? I am. I'll pick. I am personally the registrant. Does your business rely on a secret sauce for its competitive advantage? And choices are yes or no. And say no, our values and our service execution, not a secret process. So we'll hit continue. At this point, we've filled the entire intake form for this fictional person, heebie-jeebie, and his business. And we get a chance to review, change any answers, and then you also have an option to save this link to continue later, so you don't have to do it all in one instance. And actually, I think this has taken me less time than I thought, and I cannot figure out how much time I've spent on this. But I thought this would take like half an hour, but it was definitely less than half an hour. So we hit continue, and this gets submitted to us at BusinessAttorney.ai, and we generate your Express Legal Audit report. At this point, and deliver it to you before your one-on-one call with me, Attorney Tatyana, and you will get a chance to review this report and be prepared to discuss when we meet one-on-one. So it says, okay, we're all done. Thank you. Your information has been submitted. Attorney Tatyana will share your Express Legal Audit report with you on the day of your appointment. I think we're actually trying to share it with you 24 hours before your appointment, and we'll discuss it with you then. So this is how you submit, how you do the intake for your Express Legal Audit.